of Trinh Nguyen. Trinh Nguyen appeared to be a loving and caring, supportive suburban mom like most others. From the outside looking in, she seemed like most other mothers. She loved her boys. She went to all of their activities and games. She wanted the best for them and would do anything for them as well. No one would imagine that the children's lives were in danger. Trin's son was 9 and 13 years old. She was also divorced from their dad, Ed Tinney. Despite being divorced from Ed, Trin lived in his family duplex home with both of her sons. Trin and Ed went through a very bitter divorce, and she held a lot of resentment against her ex-husband. On May 2nd, 2022, Trin walked into her boys' room, JT, 13 years old, and Nielsen, 9, while they were sleeping, and shot both boys in their head. A week prior to the shooting, Trin left a manifesto letter stating what she wanted to be done with her son and her body after they had passed away. Trin had detailed how she had planned to kill her boys and then eventually herself. Trin gave the address of her ex-husband's family house where she would committed the inexplicable crime in her letter. From the letter, police was able to gather that Trin might have committed these gruesome murders because of a disagreement concerning back rent, approximately $11,000 owed to her ex-husband's family. Police officer recovered the letter that Trin left after a search warrant of her minivan. During arraignment held a week after the murder and 2 days after the boy's death. Detective also located 38 caliber ammunition, multiple bags of heroin, and a swab of what was suspected to be blood in the vehicle. A criminal complaint against Trin revealed the note was found sitting on the vehicle's passenger side dashboard. Trin's son had been on life support for roughly 5 days before being pronounced dead at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. The two boys had been kept alive despite doctors' grim prognosis as to the children's fate following the shooting, so that their organs could be donated to those in need. After their death, Trin, who cops stated fled the family home in her white minivan at roughly 7 a.m. May 2nd, immediately after the shooting, but was tracked down at a nearby parking lot less than 4 hours later. Her charges were immediately upgraded to murder after her children's death. District Attorney Matt Weintraub stated, "I've been praying for those boys and their surviving family for days. The defendant murder of two of her sons is unconscionable and horrific. We will do what we need to be done to seek justice for all of them." Cops stated when the mother of two was arrested, she was on the influence of drugs, and she also faces 2 counts of instrument of a crime and possession of controlled substance, police officers stated. On top of that, she also faced 1 count of attempted murder for allegedly trying to shoot her ex-husband, Ed, 22-year-old nephew, Gianni, who lived in the attached apartment, the family duplex, minutes after shooting her children. The following Monday, after Trini had killed her 2 sons, she told a judge that she drove to nearby New Jersey immediately after the slaying to obtain narcotics, which she ingested in an attempt to kill herself. A criminal complaint updated that Monday stated she asserted that she had not used drugs in the past, the document showed. Trin was denied bail Monday given the severity of the charges against her, which could see her be put to death underneath Pennsylvania law. Trin's ex-sister-in-law admitted that she did file paper in court for her to be evicted along with her 2 boys. She also stated that the eviction date was 1 day after the shooting of her nephews, which was May 3rd, 2022. Before attempting to kill her ex-husband nephew, Trin handed the young man a box full of photos to be handed to her ex-husband. The Bucks County Sheriff Department also stated that the church had alerted the police of Trin's whereabouts when they saw her in their parking lot mysteriously. It's by the grace of God that the young man was able to put Trin in a bear hug and stop her from shooting him. While awaiting trial, Trin was held at the Bucks County Correctional Facility for Women. In her manifesto letter, Trin blamed a lot of people for her anger and dismay, especially her husband's family. family. She felt like her ex-husband's family was very harsh and brutal towards her, especially the fact that they wanted her to be evicted from the family home because of lack of paying rent. Her taking the life of her two boys, JT and Nielsen, was a retaliation and revenge for what they were doing to her. She knew that it would hurt her ex-husband and his family greatly for the loss of the boys. On Wednesday, December the 20th, 2023, Trinh T Nguyen was sentenced to 2 life terms without the possibility of parole for killing the boys and a maximum sentence of 10 to 20 years for the attempted murder of the neighbor, her ex-husband, nephew, Gianni. All sentences will run consecutively. The negotiated plea and sentence will ensure that the defendant will die within the 4 walls of a correctional facility. For her unfathomable action, First Assistant District Attorney Jen Shoham said following the airing, "I feel so sorry for the ex-husband Ted, who someone, the mother of his children, would want to take revenge on him by taking his children's life. Taking the life of young innocent children could never be any revenge for anyone, much less for the mother that brought them into this world. The fact that you could look at your own children sleeping in bed and pull the trigger and shoot them in their head show how wicked, evil your heart is." Yes, divorce is a hard thing to go through. Parting ways with a lifestyle that you used to live is very hard to go through. But it's so dark and evil to take the life of your own children to revenge someone. My thoughts and prayers go out to Ed, the children's father. May JT and Nielsen rest in heavenly peace. Until next time on the Meaningful Talk Crime Doc, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later in the comment section.